see these under eye things. I finally am doing the Dr. Mel Toxins under eye patches. I been keeping them in the fridge. Melly and I having a morning routine. Oh, hello, sweet girl. So I was going to put off my new workout split until next Sunday because I have a really busy week this week. I have to go in the office on Wednesday, and then I also have the kids week stuff Monday through Thursday at my church that I'm volunteering for. So I was thinking I would take the week off because my new split is Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. But I think instead, because I don't really want to take a whole week off again, because I did that, I don't know, a month ago, I think, 3 weeks ago. Actually took 2 weeks off. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start my split today, which is Sunday, and this week do Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, and then next week get back to Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, because I'm going to go on Tuesdays, Thursdays on my lunch hour. Sirens. And then Sunday, I'm just going to go whenever. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start my new workout split, which is 3 days a week. And it's actually a 6 days a week progressive overload program, but I'm going to do 3 days a week, and then mine will actually be 2 weeks to their 1 week, because I just can't commit to going to the gym 6 days a week. It's too much for me. So I'm going to do 3 days a week. So their 1 week of 6 workouts will be my 2 weeks of 3 workouts and 3 workouts. If that makes sense. So I'll probably post my new splits on Instagram. But today looked kind of tough. It's a pretty good leg day. So now it's going to be super fun. Won't be able to walk for a couple days. But that's cool. But I just didn't want to take a whole week break, so I'm having my morning coffee with protein with my sweet little belly, and then I'm going to actually walk on my walking pad a little bit, I think, or go to the gym and walk on the treadmill first, and then get my lifting done for the day. At least the leg day will be out of the way. I know I saw Bulgarian split squats on there, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. Look like a pretty heavy leg day. Alright. I get moving. It's storming. It's just not making me very motivated this morning. I've just kind of been lazy. Just making some steak and eggs for breakfast and some sourdough after my insane leg day. There we have it. 61 grams of protein. Look at these two napping on the couch. Oh.
I believe that she has a right to be heard even when she has nothing to say.
That is a magnificent point.
I transcribed.
Heading to volunteer at Kids Week. It's Monday and vlog anything today.
Okay, enough! What was that?
Pickles for breakfast? Why, yeah. Hello! Happy Tuesday. I am going to the gym on my lunch. I've decided to get my day 2 knocked out. Today is shoulders and core, which I haven't really been doing very much core stuff. I've just kind of been trying to focus on building muscle and then like my walking. So this new split has core exercises in it. So we're doing a lunchtime gym and then back to work. It's not really anything exciting about my work day, so it's just basically me on a computer, so I don't really record that. So to the gym we go to get our shoulders and core burned out. Leg days always kill me, but after arm days, I feel like so pumped and so strong. I always feel like I'm getting in my car and I'm gonna like rip my steering wheel off. I know that's not happening, but I just feel like so pumped. Woo! Happy Wednesday. We are headed into the office today. I always have to go in first Wednesday of the month. And then we like have our meetings and stuff, and they feed us, which is nice. I think today it's some kind of barbecue, which is pretty normal for Kansas City. Kansas City barbecue. Good morning. Oh, I didn't vlog anymore yesterday. I was in the office and then I left right after our last meeting and came home and worked for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And then when I got home, I was going to make an iced, like a cold brew, and I had got a bag of ice earlier this week because our ice machine was being wonky, so I had turned it off. But of course that happens in the summer whenever you use ice. I don't even ever use ice any other time really. That should have been a sign, but I didn't really think about it. But I pulled the bag of ice out of the freezer and it was like a fourth water. And I was like, what is going on? And my fridge has like the digital on the front, so it tells you what the temperature is supposed to be, but it doesn't tell you what it actually is. So I had a meat thermometer and I just like stuck it in the fridge and the freezer to see what it was, and it was not what it was supposed to be. And then I noticed that not only had the ice melted, but a lot of the stuff in the freezer was not as frozen as it had been. Is it slipping? So I was like freaking out, and I knew that I was going, a guy came to look at my, to fix my washing machine like 2 years ago, and he told me then that he didn't think that he was like, oh, your fridge will probably die soon. Well, that was 2 years ago, so I guess I feel good about having it for 2 more years. But so I didn't know what to do. So I ordered a new fridge, but it can't come until Friday. Well, of course, Kyle and I went to Costco on last Saturday and like totally stocked up our freezer. So I called my ex-husband and his girlfriend. So that sounds weird, but we're just really close. And I was asking her if they had room in their freezer for like all of our Costco stuff, basically. And they actually have a deep freeze that they weren't using. It's like not a huge one. It's like, I don't know, it's like maybe like, you think of a deep freeze as huge, but it's maybe like a fourth of a like big deep freeze. And they were like, and they thought it would fit in the back of my car. So then I was like, well, can I also borrow like a big cooler for my refrigerator stuff? Because I don't have a cooler, because like I don't drink or anything. So I think we have a teeny tiny little one like that. So I went over there, but then he thought that I wouldn't be able to get it out of the car because Kyle was at work. Kyle is my son, by the way. And so my ex-husband didn't think that I could get out of my car once they put it in it. So they just brought it over and set it up. And then I had to go to Kids Week. So by this time it was like, I had to be at the church at 6 and it was like 5 minutes till 6. So I ran to the church and did the Kids Week. And then on the way home, I grabbed a bag of ice. And by the time I got home, the freezer was getting cooler. And the fridge is just kind of slowly dying. Like, it's not like it's 100 degrees in there now. It just was like slowly dying. It was like at 45 or something like that. So it wasn't like it was dead, or the fridge and the freezer. So when I got home, I put the bag of ice in the cooler to put all the refrigerator stuff that like had to be in there. So like our drinks that don't have to be in the fridge, I just left in the fridge that's dying. But anything that was like dairy, eggs, lunch meat, that kind of thing, all went in the cooler. And then I put everything in the freezer, in the deep freeze thing that's in the garage. And then my fridge is supposed to be here on Friday. So we're kind of living out of a cooler and deep freeze for at least a day and a half. So I didn't really vlog anymore after that because I was kind of like running around like a crazy person. Plus being in the office, it's like I kind of forgot about trying to vlog the food, but I just don't think about it. So that was my evening, and then that was not fun. And I just kind of cleaned up a little bit and So when the new fridge is delivered, I'm gonna clean underneath it and behind it and stuff, because Bella, the cat, one of the cats, when I first got her, she would find any little like coin or trinket or anything. Normally she'd go downstairs and steal things from like Kyle's room and stuff. Like she would like take a ring or a coin or a Lego, and she'd bring it up here and then she'd bat it around until she lost it. And a lot of the lost items have went under the fridge. So Lord knows what's under that fridge besides like 5 years of dirt and dust. So when they deliver it, I'm gonna clean under it. I'm kind of excited to have a new fridge. I've known this one has been kind of from the beginning, but we just you know, it worked. So but I don't know, to have like a fresh, clean fridge is kind of cool. So yeah, that was my, what was yesterday? Wednesday. That was my Wednesday. So it was a little bit of drama moment, but it's all taken care of and it's done. I'm just grateful that I had the funds to buy a new fridge. I was telling my ex-husband and his girlfriend that I hope nothing else breaks for this year because I'm kind of tapped. Last year, my garage door totally fell apart, and so I had to get a new like garage door and new tracks and stuff, because when the garage door broke, it broke like that, and so it like bent everything that was all the tracks that were there and stuff. So, and I think the garage doors, like new garage doors and stuff, come with tracks anyways. So I had to buy a new garage door last year, and that tapped me last year. So I'm hoping that nothing else goes for a little while so I can build back up some funds, because yeah, and fridges are not cheap. So anyway, happy Thursday. I was writing my journal and I was like, oh, I should probably vlog about my little dramatic evening. Not that it's that big of a deal. I mean, everything's taken care of. It's just not like, if I would have been home yesterday and noticed the fridge dying, that would have been one thing. But to be in the office all day and then to come home and then be like, oh, what do I, you know, it was just sort of, and then I had this like small window and had to go to the church, and so yeah, it was just a little bit of a dramatic moment. But I think just like bad things that happen make you appreciate the good, I think that the little dramatic moments help you to appreciate the mundane sometimes. I actually like the mundane. I like schedules. I like my day-to-day. So I don't like dramatic moments. I just like to, like, the problem presents itself. I figure out how I'm going to deal with it. I deal with it, and then I just like go on with my life. It's just, I like to get through it as quickly as possible. So, but happy Thursday. I don't know if I'll be vlogging anymore today. I was going to go to the gym today, but I'm not. Now I'm going to go tomorrow because I'm still pretty sore from Sunday. My booty is sore still from that, and then my shoulders are still pretty sore from Tuesday. So I think I'm going to, instead of going Thursday today, I'm going to go tomorrow. So and after being in the office, today will probably be kind of a catch-up busy day. So I did get quite a bit done yesterday, but it's just when you're in there and you're in meetings and all that, you just don't get as much done. And so it'll probably be pretty busy. And then tonight's the last night of Kids Week. So I don't know if I'll take any videos there. We'll see. And then tomorrow is Friday. So, yay. Anyway, happy Thursday. I'm going to journal and then I'm going to walk on my walking pad before I sign on to work. I have, about an hour to this podcast. And they are creatives. I know one of them is a photographer, but I don't know what the other one is. But they're creatives, and they were talking about like mental illness and stuff. And I know a lot of people, I mean, I've heard many excuses, and I've given enough excuses for like why I wasn't ever on medication, and I've been on now for, I was kind of off and on here and there, some in my 20s, and anyway, like 3 years ago, I like have been on something, and I didn't really have a lot of issues when I was younger, and I think it is related to being in sports and being like physically active, and I think that just kind of like burned out anything that was, I mean, I had like little subtle signs. I was talking about doing a live about my mental health journey, and I haven't ever done that yet, but I had some like things when I was younger that were like OCD things, and then later on, after I was out of school and wasn't doing sports all the time, I had like anxiety, I was having panic attacks, I would have like depressive phases. I was always like functioning, like I was always able to function, but it would get to like where it was the bare minimum. Like I was only doing what I had to do to take care of what I had to take care of. There were certain periods. So anyway, and I know like a lot of creative people are always afraid about being on something because they're afraid they're going to lose their like creativeness, or it's going to take that away. But anyway, I was listening to this podcast, and they were talking about how they were like driving down the road in like this foggy road, and they could see the car lights in front of them, and everything was fine. And then whenever they started taking medication, the fog lifted, and they realized that they were on like a 20-lane highway, and there was cars and stuff everywhere, and they could go faster, they could stop, they could go slower, like they were kind of in control of their life now. And the guy said something like, I realized that I had been like doing life in hard mode, and that just like totally hit me, because I felt like, and sometimes in the past I felt like either there was like this like dark cloud over me, like following me around and like pushing down on me, or I felt like I was like going through life carrying like a backpack full of rocks. And it just like, it always just seemed like for me to do the normal things that I see other people do in life was so hard for me to do, and it wasn't normal, and everybody else seemed to just like, this is the way you're supposed to live life, and this is how we do it. And it just seemed so hard for me to just do that stuff. And so I just struggled off and on for years, depending on, you know, whether I was having anxiety episodes or depressive episodes, or I was just busy where I couldn't really overthink things. But I just thought it was the line of, I realized I was doing life in hard mode was such a, like, arrow to my chest of, like, I totally get that. I totally feel that way. Like, and I do still have, like a day or here or there where things kind of seem to be a little bit harder. But for the most part, life is just not that as hard as it was for years and years and years. So there's just such a difference in when you're doing life in hard mode and then just doing life. And I found that just like, so like that just totally was like a light bulb on. I was like, I get that. I totally get doing life in hard mode. I've done life in hard mode, more life in hard mode than I've done life in not hard mode. So anyway, I just wanted to share that.
But I feel like
My belly doing pitter patter. Belly. Oliver's over here. I was not expecting that. I was coming on to say that when I woke up this morning, I was like, I'm not going to the gym today. I'm just exhausted from the kids' week. And last night we were there like much later because we had to tear down all the decorations and everything and get everything ready for church on Sunday. So I was just like, I woke up this morning. Well, I went to bed late and then I slept in. I reset my alarm later. I purposely slept in. And then I was just like, I'm not going to the gym. But now it's like almost 11:30 and I'm like, I think I'm gonna go to the gym at noon. I got you can just only see the top of it. My refrigerator was delivered this morning, so that's awesome. And it's just like cool, getting cool right now. It's been plugged in and I have it on like the coldest temperatures. So I think I'm actually going to take a lunch and go to the gym. Today is, can't remember what today is, but I feel like it's like biceps and something, just because I had to ask my son what a couple of the exercises were and what a easy curl bar was. So yeah, I will post my day 3 on my Instagram, but I think I'm gonna go to the gym and get that knocked out. My day 3 of this week, so at least I'll have 3 days workouts. And I had kids week all week, and I went into the office on Wednesday, so it's been a week. So very cool. I'm ready to rest a little bit. Tomorrow I'm going to sleep in until this one starts running around the house like a maniac, forces me, and then gets him riled up. And then I have to get up and feed them. But I can usually sleep in a little bit. This is so hilarious. Look at this. Oh, so entertaining. Oh my goodness. Underneath my fridge was like, we called it Belly's treasure trove. This is Belly. Because there were so many like random things under there. There were like caps, like plastic lids to like soda bottles or something. There were a couple of like hard cat toys. There was marker, pen, those little caps that go on your toilet, you know, she had stole one from Kyle's downstairs and it was under there. 2 or 3 years ago, during the winter for like the holiday season, I worked at Target and my name tag was under there. What else? There was a Hershey's Kiss under there. There was like 3 rings of Kyle's. He went through a ring phase like for a while. So there was rings under there. There was chapstick under there. There was an old little tube of mascara. There was just a whole bunch of stuff, like little figurine. Like there was a little rabbit, which I'm not sure where that came from. There was a little purple teddy bear. Not sure where that came from. And so yeah, so it was like Belly's treasure trove under the fridge. So now underneath my fridge is probably the cleanest place on my kitchen floor. So I need to clean the floor and mop and stuff this weekend, but they're so cute. But yeah, so I think I'm going to start drinking on an Alani and then I'm gonna go to the gym at noon is the plan. Happy Friday. And go again up the stairs to the 3 of 3 gym done.